Hi, my name is April Perry. This is my daughter Alia and Jonathan Bailor, and we're really excited to get to meet you and start sharing our story. The basic idea is that when I was 9 years old, I started counting calories, and I continued to count calories throughout my whole life. Particularly after having four children and getting into my 30s, I noticed that it was really, really hard for me to have nutritional serenity, have the body that I love, to feel energetic and healthy and not to be gaining weight or struggling with what I was eating. Well, I found Jonathan and his book, The Calorie Myth, and SANEsolution.com totally changed my life. I had tried so many different diets in hopes that they would be the solution. But until I found Jonathan, I was just feeling frustrated all the time. And this has completely changed my life and where I am. And I also started to share it with my family. So Alia's going to tell us a little bit about her story.
Yes. So in third grade, I noticed I started gaining kind of a lot of weight. And it just over the course of the 5 years up until I was 14 and in eighth grade, I just noticed I was getting really overweight and really unhealthy. And I tried the same diets and calorie counting that she had, and nothing was working for me. And I was just so frustrated. And I just wanted to be healthy, and I wanted to just be the way that I knew what my body was supposed to be. And then she started doing SANE, and I just knew that it was working for her, and it was going to work for me too.
And it did.
It did. And I've gone from like a size 10 to a size 0 in pants. And obviously that's not for everybody. Not everyone's the same size, but it's
Do you ever get hungry?
I'm never hungry.
Yeah.
I've always, and it's not that hard to do, I found, just once you get started.
Eating really healthy foods,
Yeah.
whole foods, and enjoying them. So, all right. So now we want you to meet Jonathan. You want to tell us a little bit about you, Jonathan?
Even hearing your story is a high point in my story, because my story is one of just being in a room with books and science. So being able to see this affect people's lives really, changes my life too. So my story is I used to be a personal trainer, and I was also a very, very thin, overly thin child. So my goal was to be big and strong, like my older brother. I would be a football player. If you do some searches on the internet about Jonathan Bailor and Superman, you'll see some photos about me wanting to be like Superman. And I found very quickly that no matter how many calories I ate, I was eating about 6,000 calories per day, I couldn't gain weight. And I became a personal trainer, and I found that the vast majority of my clients, who at this time they were almost all females, moms, grandmothers, I'd put them on 1,200 calorie diets and they couldn't lose weight. So I had to try to rationalize in my brain how one person, me, could eat 6,000 calories per day and not gain weight, and these other brilliant individuals could eat 1,200 calories per day and not lose weight. And I couldn't explain that, and everything I was taught as a trainer couldn't explain that, and the old just try harder, count calories harder methodology was failing. So this set me, the short version is this set me on a 15-year journey where I dug into hardcore academic research, just like in total isolation. I'm an engineer by trade, so this was a night and weekend passion project, which I then independently published as a book called The Smarter Science of Slim, which went a little bananas on the internet because it had 88 pages of scientific references in 8-point font. And then HarperCollins picked up the book. That became The Calorie Myth. That became New York Times bestseller. Has been translated into like 10 languages, and a bunch of other good stuff has happened. But the point is that bringing this actual science of how your body works and how calorie counting not only doesn't work, but is actually counterproductive, and that instead focusing on the quality of food you're eating and actually eating more food, but higher quality sane food, is the key to healing your body and mind, is changing people's lives, like April and Alia. And I'm so honored to hear your story. It's such a pleasure.
Thank you, Jonathan. And so I'm guessing that those who are watching this video have gone through similar struggles to what Alia and I have gone through. Maybe you're just tired of being hungry all the time or exercising like crazy. And most likely you just don't know who to trust. I think that was the biggest thing for me. I'd go online or read books or just listen to what my friends were doing, and I never knew who to trust. Well, Alia and I are here to say over the past almost year, we've come to know Jonathan, and we totally trust Jonathan, and we have the results to prove it that are lifelong and sustainable. And so we're excited for you to join us on this journey. Come listen to our experiences. We'll show you how we did what we were doing. Yeah. And Jonathan will be here to walk us through it, be our coach every step of the way. So welcome. Can't wait to see you on the inside.